Ready to rock. Louie Lou, what's going on?
Hey, I'm out showing some houses. We're doing a virtual live session today.
Yeah, virtual in the car.
In the car.
Luke's in between showings. I'm heading off to showings after this, so no drinks today. Unfortunately, but maybe next week we'll get back to the schedule. Today we're going to talk a little bit. We'll give you a little update. Obviously, run through Luke's fun fact of the week, and then we'll talk a little bit about our great furniture flip competition we're rolling with. I don't know if Luke's getting the Instagram story thing going or not, but I've been just crushing it on there. I already got my Coda stain on the top, so we'll get to that when we get there. But Luke, what do we got? Fun fact of the week.
Fun fact of the week. Switch over to it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's long. It's long.
Right. All
right. It's going to be hard for me to read, so I'm going to have to lean in here. So the Mason-Dixon line that separated the South and North during the Civil War is actually a survey line. That's real estate. That's how I tied it in right there. Charles Mason, an astronomer, and Jeremiah Dixon, a surveyor, were hired by the Royal Society to complete a survey to settle a dispute between Thomas Penn and the Lord of Baltimore. It now separates Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware. Now we're going to tie in baseball super quick. What people do not know is that the Mason-Dixon line has also been coined for this batting average breakpoint, dubbed after Jim Mason, who, not many people know this, actually hovered closer to this line than the more well-known Mario Mendoza, because some actually refer to it as the Mendoza line. I'm asking you, and I know you know the answer, but I thought other people would be interested. What is the batting point break point? What's the batting average break point?
The real question is, how good were their hands to have a 200 batting average?
Not very good.
They had to have,
or really good, really good hands,
right? Holy cow!
With I think the St. Paul Saints now call this the Pettersen line. I think
after I went 3 for 24. Do too.
Yeah.
It's funny. We got two teams.
That's the fun fact. I was able to tie in real estate and baseball, which I found a lot of pleasure in.
I love it. That's great. All right. Well, we'll move on to our impact of COVID-19 update of the week. Kind of what I've been telling people, Luke, and I don't know what you're talking about, but I had a conversation today with my client at their final walkthrough for their closing. And we talked about how sellers seemingly lag behind the news and the shifts by 2 weeks, it seems like. So what ends up happening is the stay-at-home order comes in and the number of listings slowly tails off. The number of buyers just went plummeted right away. But then as soon as buyers started coming back, the sellers weren't all that prepared to get back on. So that's now starting to catch up, even though it was 2 weeks ago when we first saw that surge of showings. So it's kind of been interesting to follow that as we're seeing showing activity now kind of leveling off at about end of February levels, and listing activity actually picking up. I don't know. What are you seeing out there, Luke?
I think the sellers, I think, are just maybe a little bit more cautious is what I'm thinking, because there were a lot of buyers that stayed in the market just based off of necessity when everything happened, whereas a seller who didn't really need to go anywhere could just kind of say, I'm going to wait, a month until this passes to put it on. And so you saw it more, obviously showings declined pretty rapidly at the beginning, but I think that's why listings are kind of lagging behind. The thing that's interesting here is the biggest question we're getting are what's going to happen with home prices, I think, with all this stuff going on. And the biggest problem we're running into is the inventory is, at this point, it's almost worse, and it's not picking up where the showings were, right? So showings collapsed, but then they started coming back and inventory is still not coming back. And so at this point, house prices theoretically would still be in a very good position because supply and demand right now is just, the demand's through the roof at this point. I set somebody up on a search last night and they were like, where's all the houses? Said, this is what I said.
You said wait till Thursday, then they'll all be gone by Sunday. Yeah, right. Come back.
But the one thing about that too, to think about too, is our state's in the best position out of any of them in the United States. And we don't have that graph here, but they came out with the decline in new listings, and we're the least amount of decline in Minnesota at 11% down compared to everywhere else in the country, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Zillow Economic Research for all you economics dorks out there. Type it into the Google machine. They've got tons of cool articles and data. You can look at different cities and areas and demographics and things like that. I could actually probably just put it in the old comments section here for everybody if they want. It's a really fantastic tool. Here, oh, I can't comment on here. I'll have to post it after the deal, but go around, just click around in their article section and stuff, and they've got a lot of great data that shows kind of what's going on. And they've got the data of home searches actually, which is really intriguing because they're seeing home searching going through the roof right now, way above 2019 at the same time, which is giving, I mean, everybody kind of the idea that, you know, this is going to continue to trend upward as far as buyer activity goes, hopefully, right? So people are out there looking, and we actually had for the second straight week last week, we had increased new listings from the prior week. So if that trend continues, that'd be good for the market. But you know, we're still 30% below the pace as of last year that we did. So we're not seeing the same listing
and feasibly, I mean, we don't have a crystal ball, but feasibly May is a pretty heavy listing month that we might see, a pretty big pickup that might be able to help swing that in the buyer's favor a little bit.
Yes. And you'll start to learn this great human experiment, how, people react over time, I think. And as we hear more news about, good or bad regarding COVID-19, I think we'll start to see those shifts in buyer activity and then the lagging shift in seller activity. But so far, what's coming out has kind of been steady. And so we're kind of seeing that slow churn upwards, just waiting for the next bit of news that could change that, I think. So I don't know. Pending sales across the country are recovering. Saw that in Zillow. So things are trending in the right direction, but I think the economy is going to have to stop the bleeding if we're going to see, a real surge in pending sales that we probably were expecting in 2020.
So, yeah, there's a good chance it's not going to hit what the predictions were, a month and a half ago. Because pending sales went through the roof it wasn't even spring yet. It was still winter, and pending sales were flying until all this happened. So
totally. And I mean, you just said you were showing that you're potentially writing an offer up for before this. You think it'll be in multiple offers. You're seeing another property with somebody else later, and another property later, and I'm going out and seeing properties with two different people this evening. It's seemingly still plugging along on our end. Our team, I was going to mention that today, our team hit 100 sales over the weekend for 2020. So over the 3 years I've been doing this with the team, this is the fastest we've gotten there. So I'm super proud of our whole crew and how we've all adapted and found a way to, serve people through this very difficult time. We've altered a lot of the things we're doing and the messaging and everything to make sure that we're properly providing, what people need. So that was an exciting thing, I guess I wanted to drop. But you know what else is exciting, Luke?
I said 1 point on that 100. The one disappointing piece about that is that you've taken us to Fogo de Chao the last few years at 100, and we can't go anywhere.
We can't.
I'm getting a little bit tired of being cooped up in the house, but
I know. Maybe I could just deliver some Brazilian meats to your house and leave them on the front step or something. I don't know.
How about that? Oh my gosh.
We'll get Fogo at some point. But beyond the excitement of 100 houses, comes the excitement of the inaugural Great Family Furniture Flip.
Furniture Flip. I can preface this then.
And here is what Luke came up with. I want to hear what you got, Luke. Here.
So to start, just so people know what's going on, you posted about it a little bit, but at some point last summer, you had said, hey, it'd be really fun if we bought furniture and then saw who could fix it up and make more money on the sale than the purchase and cost to fix it. And it kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. And I don't even know how I thought of it yesterday. Oh, I was selling a few things on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and that we were trying to get rid of. And I thought, oh man, what a great time for this, because we're gonna be cooped up at home for more time. This isn't ending yet, and so here we are. And what we're doing is we've been tasked with finding a product on Facebook Marketplace, furniture specifically, fixing it up, and then selling it on Facebook Marketplace in a 3-week span to see whoever can net the most amount of money. So yesterday, AJ got really excited. Profit. So yesterday, AJ got really excited, purchased something really fast, a $15 coffee table. So my strategy quickly changed to get something bigger for less money. So I ended up on the side of the road in Uptown, this free $99 vintage kitchen table that those leaves on the side there, you can't see them in this photo. They pull up, and you can pull it out and put leaves in the middle. So it's a really big table. Are you going to be a lot of it's.
Are you going to keep or get rid of the ugly legs on it?
That's a good question. I haven't yet thought about doing any sort of structural modifications. At this point, I'm just sanding and staining and painting. I think I'm in a pretty, I was worried about the cost it was going to, it's going to cost me to fix it up, but after you spent $77 at Ace Hardware, Ace Hardware is where you went when you were trying.
Support.
Oh my gosh! I was looking up where I can get the cheapest sanding pads. I can get some sanding pads. I can get $10 worth of sanding pads and get this whole thing sanded, I think, down.
I guess we'll see. It's going to take a lot of sandpaper to take the grime out of that sucker, it looks like.
I know. It's going to be interesting. Fun fact about this one, I messaged the person who had posted it as well. I know I'm talking a lot about mine, and said, hey, I got it. Thank you. And then I told her what we were doing, and she said, that's so awesome. This was my great-grandmother's kitchen table. And it's been passed down and got some water damage in my aunt's garage, and so I didn't have the skills to fix it up. So I'm a little bit excited, actually, to restore something that's been around for a while.
Holy cow.
I'm definitely gonna sell that story when I put it up. So
that's smart.
Maybe that helps.
That's smart. Well,
what do you got?
Here's my brilliant table.
There we go.
Oops, I got my screenshot timestamp on there. I've already taken it apart. I took the top off already and sanded her down and stained it.
You did.
I'm going for the quickest time to market so that I can start with a high price potentially and avoid too many days on market. If Luke can't get his done quickly, I'm just worried about the days on market he's going to have to accrue. I don't know if he's going to get it done in 21 days. I don't know. We're already on day 2. I already got my
biggest. There you go.
Look at that. I'm going to modify that piece there, and
that comes into my second biggest concern is that at the price that I might list it at, I feel like I don't know how often people are spending $150 or $200 on Facebook Marketplace for a kitchen table, but and it doesn't come with chairs at the moment, which is to be determined. I haven't decided if I'm going to get some of those on the side, but yeah, yours seems like it might be a little bit easier to move just based on size, and it's just small. Yeah, I don't know.
Saleability. Luke got the house on the lake with water damage and all that. I bought the St. Louis.
You're in St. Louis Park.
Yep, the little fixer. I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. Interesting strategies, but yeah, that's about all I got for today. Luke, you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think this week was just kind of a pretty quick update. We don't want to bore anybody talking too much, which I always do. But no, that's about it for now. I'm excited to see how these transform. I know you seem like
sorry,
it looks like our mom wants Josh to get in on this.
I just don't know.
I did comment. I thought maybe that'd be interesting to see a Josh appearance in this family furniture flip. I think Hannah might have some pretty good skills too in this field.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see. I don't usually have I'm not much of a picture of the future type of guy when I'm doing projects. Usually I just start ripping things apart and then it comes together in the end. So you're not going to see a fancy little photo for like this from me until it's done, and hope it looks good.
I don't know if you saw it, but I did employ Holden. I know we made an under 5 only rule for us.
I know.
He was screwing around with the hammer a little bit, so.
Oh my gosh. Child labor is allowed. It's the only type of labor that's allowed in this competition, is what we determined.
All
For
right.
those who are wondering, he's not cheating.
Good luck to you, Luke. Good luck on the showings tonight. Sweet. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.